All right, most people invest if there's enough money left over at the end of the month. I don't. I invest first because my brokerage is a bill to me. And that single mindset shift is the reason my finances look completely different today than they did years ago. And this was not always the case. Because once investing becomes optional, it gets skipped, right? But when it's treated like you treat rent, like your phone bill or your car payment, it will always get paid. Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice, educational purposes only. I'm just talking about my personal finances here. I want to be clear, I'm not someone who magically makes money without trying. I have a regular job. I have side hustles and side incomes. I have real responsibilities. I have the same bills that everyone else does. But for years, I kept telling myself the same thing most people tell themselves: I'll invest after I pay everything else. That was always my excuse. And every month, guess what happened? There was always something else. And it was always something broke, something came up, something I deserved, right, that I wanted to buy myself. And my brokerage stayed optional during those years, and that was not the right move for me. But one day it hit me. Every single month my money had a destination, right? It's just not a destination that benefited the future me. It was groceries, convenience, upgrades, a lot of impulse purchases, and whatever was left over was supposed to build wealth, right? That's when I realized my problem wasn't the income, the problem was my priorities. And at that moment, I flipped that order. Instead of asking myself, can I afford to invest this month? I started asking myself, how do I live on what's left after I invest? And that is how I live my life these last few years, and it has completely changed everything. And because, like, when your brokerage is a bill, you don't negotiate with it, you don't delay it, you don't skip it because you might have had a bad week. You just figure a way out to pay it and you get it done. And here's the part most people don't talk about: bills, they don't require motivation. You don't feel inspired to pay your rent or your mortgage or your cell phone bill. You don't need a YouTube video to pay your phone bill, right? And that's the same thing with investing. You pay them because the consequences are non negotiable, right? You'll be evicted. You won't have your phone anymore. It'll get shut off. When investing is optional, your emotions will control it. When it's treated like a bill, discipline is what's going to control it. And discipline beats motivation every single time. I promise you that. Now, I already know what someone's thinking, right? Must be nice. Not everyone can afford to do that. But here's the truth that most people don't want to admit. And that truth is you're already paying non negotiables. They're just not building anything. Your rent's not building anything. Your cell phone bill's not building anything. And I'm not saying you need like thousands of dollars a month to invest, even if it's just $50. Treat it like a bill, a $50 bill that you have to pay. If it's $100, treat it like a bill. If it's $500, treat it like a bill. It's not the amount that changes your life, it's the identity shift, and that's when everything really will start to change for you. When you treat investing like an actual bill, you stop thinking like a spender. You stop asking yourself, what can I buy? And what you do start asking yourself is, what can I build? What assets can I obtain? That's when your behavior really, really changes. You don't need willpower. You don't need perfect timing, right? You don't need to beat the market or try and time the market. You just need consistency, time after time after time. This is how wealth actually gets built, by consistency and dedication to it. It's quiet, it's boring, but it's automated. Automated is the key word there. Automate everything, and it will change everything. It's not through hype stocks, it's not through lottery picks, it's not through get rich quick schemes or any of that kind of stuff you see on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. It's by paying your future first. And once that foundation is set, guess what? Everything else is going to work better. Now, I want this to sink in. You don't rise to the level of your income. You fall to the level of your habits. And one habit, treating your brokerage like a bill, separates people who hope to get ahead from people who actually do. If you want to change your financial trajectory, don't wait for the motivation. Make it automatic. Automate all of your investments. Make it boring. Make it non-negotiable. Treat it like a bill. If this made sense to you, hit the like button. Definitely help me out and subscribe and stick around. This channel is about real money for real people, and we're on our path to financial freedom here, and I'm taking you guys along for the ride, and I'm telling you guys everything that I've learned on the way.